We got a job to do.
Expectations exceeded.
Here's how the business did. We didn't do as well as we'd hoped.
Damn, all red. Flares went down.
ありがとうございます。
またな。
またな。
We got a job to do.
Expectations exceeded.
やったラッキーあやったラッキー
Expectations exceeded. Task complete.
Here's how the business did. We didn't do as well as we'd hoped.
Damn, we're in the red. Shares went down. We'll just have to make
Our
up for it.
ranking dropped.
We got a job to do.
Expectations exceeded.
やったラッキー
Task complete.
Here's how the business did. These are incredible results.
Nice. You guys did great out there. Shares are going up. That's what I'm talking about.
Our ranking went up. The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
Battery recharge.
いい組織を作り上げましょう。 助力いたしましょう。
僕頑張るよ。僕頑張るよ。お小遣いアップだ。
We got a job to do.
ラッキー当たりごっこ開始。
ラッキーでしたね。
どうしよう。
ラッキーでしたね。
やったラッキー。
ラッキーでしたね。
僕才能あるかも。 Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. Numbers are going up.
The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Consider the shareholders handled.
We'll start with the financial report.
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. If you have any If you have any questions,
今の結果に甘んじてませんか？経営者が質問はありません。
that concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, everybody, this calls for a celebration. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. The meeting went great. Shares are skyrocketing. That's the good shit.
Our ranking went up.
We got a job to do.
お水屋さんごっこ
ラッキーでしたね。
ラッキーね。
悪いわね。
ラッキーね。僕才能
ラ
あ
ッキーでした
るかも。
ね。
Here's how the business did. We didn't do as well as we'd
Damn,
hoped.
the red. Stairs went down. We got a job to do.
O水屋さんごっこ
ラッキーでしたね。
ひどいよ。
ラッキーでしたね。
ひどいよ。僕才能あるかも。
Exceed task complete.
Here's how the business did. These are incredible results.
Nice. You guys did great out there. Stairs are going up.
Recharge complete.
緊張が解けました。
疲労回復。
We got a job to do.
O水屋さんごっこ
ラッキーでしたね。ラッキーでしたね。
Expectations exceeded.
悪いわね。
僕才能あるかも。
Task complete.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did great
results.
out there. Stairs are going up.
The shareholders meeting is coming up soon. リラックスしてきました。やる気全開。
疲れが取れた気がします。
Recharge complete.
また頑張らなきゃね。
We got a job to do.
お店屋さんごっこ開始。
運悪いわね。
Expectations
ひど
exceeded.
いよ。ひどいよ。僕才能あるかも。
Complete.
Here's how the business did. These are incredible results.
Nice. You guys did great out there. They're going up. That's what I'm talking
Our
about.
ranking went up. The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Consider the shareholders handled.
We'll start with the financial.
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. Please raise your hand if you... Please raise your hand if you have...
映画甘すぎるでしょ。大した人気が低いんですよね。今日はここまでにしましょう。うまくいっているのです。心配しています。今はでき ましたよ。
That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, everybody, this calls for a celebration! Thanks, everybody! Thank you! The meeting went great! Sales are skyrocketing! That's the good shit!
Our ranking went up.
What?
What?
Thanks. Hmm? Okay.
Oh.
いいえ。
あ？あ？くそ！はい。へへへへ。
Okay. Sup?
Yes.
Watch me. Next time. 何見てんだよ。興味持ちか。Well.
Here we go.
Watch me.
Right.
Good times.
Well,
Go get cocky.
Here we go.
Next time.
ready.
Welcome. Thanks.
You drinking, Namba?
Oh, Ichiban. I'm glad you're here. We need to talk.
We do? Is it something serious?
Look, I need to tell you I'm sorry for lying.
You mean about chasing the counterfeit bill?
Yeah. Think you can forgive me?
Come on, you know we're past that. What's important is your brother got released. All's well that ends well, right? That said, maybe now's a good time to tell me if there's any other holes in your story. You really were a nurse at some point, right?
Well, of course I was a nurse. How else could I have brought you back from the brink of death?
Good point. Then, what about the part where you sold hospital meds? Didn't you say that's how you got your nursing license revoked?
Well, that's the short version, but it's more complicated, actually.
What do you mean?
You'll be the first person I've ever told this to, so I hope you plan on sitting for a while.
Yeah, man, I'm all ears.
Back in elementary school, I read about Florence Nightingale. That's when I knew I was meant to be a nurse. Helping the sick, people being grateful for it. It's all I ever wanted in life. But when I finally put on my scrubs, it was different. Endless late shifts, difficult patients, never a word of thanks. Eventually, I just stopped caring. Little by little, I started cutting corners any way I could. I'd pretend not to hear the intercom, and instead, I'd go doze off somewhere. By the time I hit 40, I had no idea why I ever went into the field. But then one day, this new girl named Mizue showed up. And in her introduction, she brought up who else but Nightingale.
Just like you, huh?
We had the same role model, but she still had her spirit. She would rush toward every patient in the ward, never missed a beat. On top of that, she always had the sweetest smile.
So, you had a thing for her?
Are you kidding me? She was 23 and a looker, and I was just a middle-aged loser.
Ever seen those old dudes walking around with hot young arm candy? You gotta be like those guys.
Well, those guys also have cash to spare.
Not always. If you could clean up a little and stay on top of the trends, I bet you'd be covered in ladies, instead of pigeon shit.
Wow. Can't believe you'd say that to my face. But you're probably right.
Anyway, back to Mizue-chan. What happened?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Whenever I saw her working, I could feel my old self coming back. That young version of me, who used to give it his all.
That's a good sign.
If only I had half her stamina and wasn't twice her age. Anyway, one night I was a little sleepier than usual, so I went out to the back lawn, thinking maybe I could sneak in a nap. And suddenly, I heard a noise from behind. I turned around to find the storeroom we keep the medicine in wide open, and Mizue-chan was walking out alone.
Was she restocking? I mean, if you were slacking off, she was probably having to bust her ass.
Well, that's the thing. In our hospital, only the pharmacists have access to the storeroom. Mizue-chan and I were just nurses. We didn't even need to go in there.
Then what was she doing?
Well, at the time, there was a rumor floating around the hospital.
Uh-oh.
Medicine would keep disappearing. The list never matched the inventory. According to the rumors, someone was swiping medicine and selling it. Illegally.
No way. And that was Mizue-chan?
It was. As my eyes adjusted, I could clearly see her arms were full of medicine boxes.
But why would she need to sell medicine?
From what I heard, her parents were under a mountain of debt. So, to lighten some of their load, Mizue-chan was paying everything she could. But a single nurse's salary wouldn't get them out of the hole. No way.
So she was stealing the meds to do it?
Yep. And I was the sole eyewitness. Thing is, Mizue-chan never noticed me there. Now, if it was you, Ichiban, what would you have done?
Well, calling her out on it would seem to be the right thing to do. But I guess she wasn't stealing it just to be a criminal, huh?
Not in the slightest. She was only doing it for her family. I mean, yeah, she was breaking the law. But she wasn't trying to hurt anyone.
Plus, getting caught would cost her her job. Then the debt would only have gotten worse. With all that in mind, I'd say it's a pretty tough call to make.
Huh. Now you're on the same page I was. Anyway, in the end, all I could do was watch her walk away without saying a word. If there ever was a criminal who deserved a free pass, it was Mizue-chan. That was what I thought at the time, so I turned a blind eye.
And what happened after that?
It wasn't long before Mizue-chan's actions caught up with her. The hospital director decided to get the police involved and started gathering evidence.
He waited that long to take action?
Well, he was trying to resolve it internally, being that the hospital's reputation was at stake. I guess he got sick of having a thief under his nose, so he escalated it to the next logical step.
But if the cops caught Mizue-chan stealing, that'd be bad news.
She'd have a police record, and her name in all the papers. To be honest, it was only a matter of time. She had her whole life ahead of her. How could that happen to someone so young? And on the other hand, you've got me, a guy who totally burned out. A guy who couldn't be further from Florence Nightingale. Better a saint like Mizue-chan stay at the hospital than a sack of shit like me, wouldn't you say?
Namba? Are you telling me you...
Yeah. I went up and confessed to the whole thing. Stealing, selling, and all.
And that's how you lost your nursing license?
Yep. No, and I got fired too. Naturally.
Man, you went all out for that girl. Did she ever contact you after that? Even a call or a letter?
Not that I'm aware. In a matter of hours, I was out of a job and out on the streets.
You regret any of it?
Well, my brother disappeared not long after, so even if I didn't get canned, I would have quit on my own anyway. So, no, to answer your question. Though I do have to admit, I would like to see Mizue-chan off when she goes overseas.
She's going overseas?
Yeah. She always dreamed of running off to some developing country. Where they really need medical professionals.
She took that Nightingale shit seriously.
Our hospital had an international dispatch program, available to staff nurses with at least 3 years tenure. This year would be Mizue-chan's third, and I know she would take advantage of it.
Well, in that case, why not go say farewell?
If only I could. For starters, I don't even know when she leaves.
Maybe if you ask one of your old nurse buddies, they'll tell you.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm the little rat who stole the medicine, if you forgot that detail. They want nothing to do with me.
Well, hello, boys. Don't worry, the life of the party's here. Care to bring me up to speed?
Oh, Sachan. Wait, are you drunk?
I think you're drunk. Now, fill me in, if you please.
Oh, Namba here was going off on one of his hobo horror stories again.
Hobo horror stories?
Well, no house means no toilet, right? Care to guess what he had to do when he had the shits?
Yeah, I'd rather not. And here I was, thinking I'd get actual substance out of two grown men instead of literal crap.
Thanks for covering for me.
I got you, man.
I don't mind if we let Sayoko know at some point, but preferably not when she's plastered.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hello, Kasuga-san. I must say this place is quite comfortable.
Yeah, ain't it? Also... Seriously, man. How's a guy make drinking alone look so cool? Guess it's easy when you're as handsome as you.
That's kind of you to say. Why don't you let me buy you a drink?
Yo, for real? Hey, now you're speaking my language, man!
You certainly are a mysterious one, Kasuga-san. Sunghui speaks highly of you as well. I dare say it makes me jealous.
Oh, come on. Speaking of, have you been with her long? You've got this butler and lady of the house thing going on.
It's only been 3 years since I was brought into the Komijul. I can't say it's been long.
No shit.
Up until then, I was with a group called the Jingon Mafia. I was their leader's body double.
Body double? You mean like a decoy? Just like the real thing?
Indeed. If my master was ever targeted by our enemies, I was to be killed in his place. That was my duty.
I didn't figure people still did that kind of stuff. Wait, does that mean your face is...
An imitation, yes. What you see is a result of large-scale plastic surgery. But I'll have you know my previous face was rather handsome as well. A shame not a single picture of it exists anymore.
Really? Out the window then, huh?
In a manner of speaking. Yes.
So that means Junki Han isn't your real name either, right? What's your real name then?
Surely we're not that close yet, are we?
Come on. First step in becoming friends is calling each other by name, right?
Well, isn't this awkward? I'm afraid I'm the type to want a bit more distance with people.
That how it was with the Jingon Mafia? From the name, I'm guessing it was some sort of Korean Yakuza-like thing?
Weren't you once a member of the Tojo clan, Kasuga-san? I'm surprised you've never heard of the Jingon Mafia.
I was in the clink for a long time.
The Jingon Mafia and the Tojo clan clashed in the 1980s, long before you were serving time.
The 80s? Dude, that's 40 years ago. I was just a baby back then. Doubt I even had hair.
Yes, I had yet to be born myself. Regardless, early in the decade, the Tojo clan attacked the Jingon Mafia and massacred a great number of them. Around 30 or so.
30?
Back then, Kamurocho was the most sought-after territory in all of Asia. I've heard the conflicts for control were rather intense. The Tojo clan was incredibly strong, and they made sure it was a well-known fact.
Still, to off 30 of them is...
To get their revenge, the Jingon Mafia main arm in Korea sent even more members to Japan, some of them as undercover agents. But deception is a tricky business, and all who could not strike at the heart of the Tojo clan were considered failures and forbidden from returning. In the end, those that couldn't carry out the mission were abandoned and left without any place to go. One of them happened to be my father.
Then, you were born here, in Japan?
Yes, but be that as it may, I don't recall being welcomed here. I wasn't even accepted by any Korean communities either. My family was treated like slime and kicked out from wherever we went. We came to be called the Stray Jingon Mafia, running away whenever we were discovered.
Slimes who run away, huh? If you're slimes who run away, the reason they chase you is because you're worth tons of experience.
I get it. You're into video games, aren't you, Kasuga?
Yeah, I played a lot as a kid.
Well, you might be surprised to learn I am too. We should talk shop sometime.
Hell yeah! So, what happened to the Stray Jingon after that?
Enter the 21st century, the winter of 2006. Around the time I turned 20, the Jingon Mafia from the mainland made an all-out assault against the Tojo clan. But even as that happened, the Stray Jingon Mafia received not a word of warning. We were left completely in the dark. Our fathers were entirely forgotten by the countrymen that sent them here.
You don't say. I might know a guy who could sympathize with that.
Oh?
Yeah, he's right in front of you. I got tossed out by my family and locked up for 18 years.
Oh, that's right. That must be why I can't bring myself to hate you, Kasuga-san.
So, what happened to the Jingon's big all-out attack?
Despite their careful planning, they were ultimately crushed by the Tojo clan. Ironically, those that survived came from all over to join those of us in the Stray Jingon Mafia. It was a miserable sight. Both sides cut off from home and left with no choice but to band together in the social sewer of a country that wasn't theirs.
Sounds like you struggled. Wouldn't know it from looking at you, though.
I could say the same to you.
Yeah, finally starting to warm up to me?
It would seem so. I haven't been acting much like myself today. I had a great time drinking with you, Kasuga-san. I truly mean that.
So whatever happened to the real Junki-Han? What's he up to now?
He revived the Jingon Mafia roughly 3 years ago, and at that time had taken over a considerable portion of Kamurocho. But he was shot in the head and killed. I was absent at the time.
And it all came crashing down, huh? Wait, then that means... Can't you use your real name now? Why keep up the body double thing? You're not trying to become the real Jungi-Han, are you?
Who can say? But that's none of your concern, is it, Kasuga-san? Or am I wrong?
Nah, you got me there.
Farewell.
Guess he's not the type to open up so easily. I'll just have to keep drinking with him.
Oh, Chief.
Hey, I keep you waiting?
No, I actually just got here.
So I see you brought a friend. You're smoother than... you look.
Come on, man. She's an employee of mine.
Is she now? Were you homeless just the other day? And now you're some corporate big shot?
It's a long story. One I'll say for another time. Right now, we're here to celebrate. So how about you work us some magic?
Huh. Fine then.
So, we made it to the top 100. I think that calls for a toast.
Cheers. Ooh, that's good.
I wanted to start off with a thank you for all your support. I mean, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be president of anything.
You're just being modest. If anything, I should be thanking you. If I weren't so naive, I wouldn't have had to drag you into this mess. But you're just what a company needs. You're decisive, dependable, a good judge of character. Life itself is better with you around, Kasuga-san.
Speaking of character, let's talk about the guy who pulled one over on you. Who is this jerk-ass anyway?
He's the president of a very big firm here in Yokohama.
Serious? And he just preyed on you out of nowhere?
Yeah. I never thought a professional on his level would do that. You see, I just inherited my company and didn't have a clue how to run it. It was a time I really needed somebody to count on. Then suddenly I met this business tycoon who seemed really genuine. I ate up every word he said.
And you paid the price for it.
Yeah. Every time I think about it, I feel so stupid.
Well, it's not like anyone can really blame you, right? I probably would have done the same thing if I was in your shoes.
Really?
Yeah. And remember, the fault lies with the deceiver, not the deceived. You did what anyone would do. I know you're just trying to process things, but you don't have to beat yourself up.
Kasuga-san, you're right. I know it's pointless to punish myself over something in the past.
Yep. And no matter what kind of company the shit bag runs, he's going down. Together we'll climb the ranks. Make it to the top and leave him begging for mercy.
Yeah, we will. We'll even get big enough to completely buy him out. We'll take back all the businesses he stole and start our own holdings company.
I like the sound of that. And with that attitude, nothing's gonna stop us. So keep your chin up, yeah? Enjoy the ride.
Right.
There's that Eri-chan smile. Honestly, I saw you looking kinda down, so I got a bit worried.
Oh, was I acting strange? Sorry, it's just...
Something on your mind? You know you can always talk to me.
How should I explain this? I was just thinking about my dad.
Oh yeah?
It's like... whenever I see you smile, I always think of my dad. You two are so alike. That's why I got so emotional all of a sudden. But I wasn't feeling down or anything. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Wait a sec, though. If I remind you of your dad, does that mean... he had big, poofy hair like this?
Oh no, he always made it a point to look clean-cut.
And I'm not?
I wasn't saying that. In any case, I wasn't referring to your appearance. It's the way you carry yourself. You're funny, outgoing, always... full of energy. You make everyone around you smile. My dad was just like that. He always made me feel safe and secure. To be honest, so do you.
Is that right? I wish I could have met the guy. Sounds like we would have hit it off.
I'd like to think so.
All right. Then for an awesome dad like yours, I'll put my heart and soul into making Ichiban Confections the best it can be. Now, there's no way I could ever replace your old man. But I can protect his legacy. Would you help me do that, Eri-chan? I don't think I can do it alone.
You won't have to. I'll help you every step of the way.
Please.
But I know you've got so much on your plate already. You're sure you'll be okay?
Oh, well, I know this won't be a walk in the park. But I have good people on my side.
Good people?
Yeah. A group I trust with my life. Can't get much done without them. So I'm sure it'll all work out. Call it a gut feeling. Bet they'll give me tons of shit for overdoing it, though.
It sounds like you're all close.
Hey, you okay there?
Kasuga-san, could I ask you a favor?
Yeah, what's up?
Do you think I could ever be part of your inner circle?
Huh?
Look, you've been doing so much for me since the day we met. But I feel like all I ever do is watch from the sidelines. That's not really fair, is it? So I was thinking I could play a more active role in your daily affairs. That way you could focus more on management without feeling bogged down by all your other stuff. That's a win for you and our company, right? I can't think of a reason for me not to join.
I don't know. We all walk a pretty tough road. Shit gets out of hand non-stop. You don't want to risk getting hurt, do you?
I'm fully aware of the risk. And trust me, I won't be a burden on that front.
Okay, but... Eri-chan, as much as I like the idea, I just don't see it happening.
Please, let me be the one doing you the favor. Besides, if you say no, I'll just tag along without your approval.
Guess that doesn't leave me much choice. Don't expect any hand-holding, though.
Fine by me.
Okay. I'd say that's worthy of a toast. Welcome to the party, Eri-chan. Cheers! And by the way, Eri-chan will be tagging along from this point on.
I'm Eri. I'm excited to get...
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, we're always in one mess or another.
Look who's talking.
You don't have to worry about me. I just want to repay...
Just about, huh?
Welcome to the game.
Thank you for having...